Hello, welcome to Farmspace, Nampo Day 5, and I'm here at Sakata in the Nutri-Feed hall, the old Caltex hall, and I make sure to visit them. But first, I'm going to just talk to, what's your name?
Lizindi.
Lizindi, about what she does at Sakata, how she can help you, and a little advice on what to plant, when to plant it in her area and the area she knows about. So come have a listen and let's hear what she has to say. Morning, how are you?
Hi, Tunis. I'm fine, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
That's good.
Okay, you were in the Brits area.
Yes.
There's quite a lot of big farmers in that area planting crops. But what do you specialize in that area?
Okay, so I'm the sales representative, so I pretty much specialize in sales, if you can call it like that. But the one thing I think that kind of stands out in my area, for example, is that we plant a lot of lettuce. But it is not something that can be planted in all the areas of South Africa because we are close to the market and we've got a lot of farms that's got their own, on-farm pack houses. They can add the value and take the produce to the market. Lettuce isn't something that likes to be transported, for example. So you need to be close to a market and you can't package it in a bag and bunch it up like a cabbage or like a butternut. So the areas further away from me would probably rather plant crops like that.
Okay, so the first thing you need to consider when planting is how far I am from a nearest distribution point, and then things like traveling costs and that sort of stuff.
That's a big thing. I always tell my growers whenever you consider starting to plant vegetables, the first thing you must keep in mind is who am I going to sell these vegetables to? So if you've got a market, you're obviously going to know where the market is, and that's going to determine what I'll be able to sell, how I'll be able to transport and package, and get your money back in the end. You don't want to produce and lose your money.
Okay, listen, the things that you can plant in an area that works very except for lettuce and that you can plant throughout the year.
Okay, so my area, I'm very lucky with regards to that because we plant all the different crops. There are sometimes that we stop, like for tomatoes, for example.
Yeah.
Doesn't like the cold, so there are like 2 or 3 months that we don't plant tomatoes. But moreover, we plant most of our crops right throughout the year. The squash varieties like butternuts and habits, we are some of the earliest that come in South Africa because we do have certain areas in Brits that doesn't get frost-free areas. So then obviously we can plant crops even sooner than the rest of South Africa can. So I'm lucky in my area, we plant everything.
Okay, distribution quickly. To your clients, do you guys suggest certain produce in certain areas? Do you help, especially your young upcoming or smaller farmers, to assist them in where they can find a market, what they can do?
Yes, we try to get involved in all the different aspects of the vegetable chain. If we, for example, have a contact at the fresh produce market and they say, listen, we've got a shortage on cabbages, we need someone to grow it, we would go and speak to new upcoming growers and say, listen, there's a gap for a cabbage producer, or same for butternuts, for example. We usually, with new growers, try to establish crops that's got a longer shelf life, just so that, it's more forgiving with regards to whatever the market does. It's not as volatile, so it's a little bit more guaranteed that you might get your money back.
Okay. Diseases and problems in your area that you might struggle with?
That's, I think, one of the disadvantages of my area is because we plant vegetables right throughout the year, there's really not a break where everything can just come to a halt. So we've got a very, very high disease pressure area. If you think about our root crops, there's a lot of different diseases that's affecting our root crop production, like onions and beetroot and carrots. If you think about tomatoes, and you've never heard the term Tuta absoluta, then you don't produce tomatoes in my area because it's been a very high pressure area for Tuta absoluta and for late blight in tomatoes, Phytophthora on all the different crops. So yes, unfortunately, with all the different crops that we're growing, there's a lot of disease pressure.
So you need to make sure that you're not just planting, but you need to be ready and prepared for the diseases in that area.
We like to spray preventatively because otherwise you're just chasing your tail.
Does it have something to do with the fact that you don't have frost?
I think it's part of the cycle. And we've got a very stable climate.
Yeah.
We don't have these extreme colds and extreme heats. It's a very stable climate, so I think that the pathogens also like to flourish in that environment. Yeah. So that's the one thing.
Thank you very much for your time. I think it was some good advice, and hope to talk to you in the future.
Please. Thank you.
Okay, here from Sakata. Make sure you get there in the Nutri-Feed hall. By the one entrance, and make sure you come and visit them. They've got some great specials on here, and they've got enough seats to come and buy. But come find out how they can help you, how they can assist you. Until next time, cheers.